Hey guys,
Hello.
it's Sunday. We're wrapping up our weekend. It was a busy weekend, but a fun weekend. We had some exciting news. My husband is taking over the Bear Brook Marathon from two amazing people, Christina and Ryan, and we've got a huge shoes to fill.
Yes, we do.
So it'll be exciting.
Lots of planning.
Yes, but I'm excited for you.
Thank
So, anyways, we're wrapping up the weekend. We wanted to cover two topics tonight that were submitted by two of our two followers. I'm kidding, we have more than two. But two of our two followers. First, Richard Bortz wanted to talk about the word never, and Kelly Conley, my sister-in-law, wanted to talk about how we handle everything with the schedules and stuff that we have. So let's talk about how do we handle everything. So most people know that I travel a lot for work. I am in New York City quite a bit, and my husband is home holding up the fort. And then when I'm home, we're trying to fit everything in that we have to do as a family, and also trying to fit in things that have to get done kind of around the house. I think the first thing that I'll say is we do have a lot of help, and we're very blessed with regard to the help that we have, whether it be, people who come in to help us with the kids during school, people who come in to help with our home and cleaning and things like that, to, people who
Take the kids for the weekend.
outside of our home, right?
Yeah.
Doing errands, picking things up, watching the kids.
Right.
I would say first and foremost, we are pretty good at asking for help.
Yeah.
And we try to, again, return the favor in different ways. But I think you have to ask for help. And I think the other big thing to remember, though, is that it's not any harder for us than it is for anybody else. Whether you have one child, whether you have 5 children, it's not any harder.
Right. Everybody's busy. Everyone's got their own stresses. Everyone's got things in their life that they have to figure out how to take care of when they've got 40 million other things on their plate. So it's all relative. I think it's we've just been able to adapt to whatever it is that we're having to deal with, whether it's our work schedules or getting kids to football or karate or whatever it was.
Yeah.
We've always kind of figured out a way to do it kind of on the fly. I mean, we're not super organized. We don't keep like some amazing calendar that
Like Adrian and Toby
lists everything out so that we know where we're supposed to be going. A lot of times we just try to keep it up in our heads and figure out
and I double book
how
us
to fit it in. Yes, you do.
a lot. I know.
Sometimes.
I know.
But, in those instances, we tend to kind of split things up. I'll take, the boys, or she'll take the boys, and I'll take Kenzie, or we'll figure out what we need to do. But a lot of it is us just kind of winging it and trying to get through whatever it is we need to get through, and we try to support each other and help each other out there, and make sure that if there's anything we can do to make each other's crazy schedules a little bit easier, that we do that.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think, our biggest thing is that we're not any different than anybody else. And people will sometimes look at me because I'm traveling, or, look at us as a family of 5 and think that, oh, how do you do it with 3 kids and they're small? And, I always just say, whether, it's me with 3 kids or you with 1 kid, we're no more busy than you are. We don't have it harder than you do. It's our norm. It's your norm. And I think that, you learn to fit into what your norm is.
Right.
Now, granted, if you're the Duggars, I think that's a little different. But they do have 20 children to watch their other 30. Just saying. So the next topic...
Big brother's watching them.
I know. The next topic was from Rich, our friend Rich. And he talked about using the word never. So we had been in a conversation not too long ago, and I was sharing with him something that I had learned from Danny Laguerre, who's on my Facebook page, and he had introduced the concept to me about never using the word never, never using the word never, or things like always. And basically it was talking about in relationships, when you're having conversations and you say, you never do that, you always do this, especially if you're quote unquote fighting. And he was saying, well, very rarely is it ever never, right? Or always. And you can be more effective when speaking if you try to avoid those words and say things like, you don't maybe do this often enough.
Right.
Or I'd like to, have this happen more. Or it would be, be helpful if you could do X, Y, and Z. Because I think the never thing really just shoots down the person to be like, you never do that. So basically you suck. And
Right.
9 times out of 10, at one point in your relationship, they probably did do the thing that you were saying, or maybe they didn't do the thing that you were saying. Just over time, we've lost sight of that. And so again, our way to argue or to combat is to say never. And we've, talked about that and focused on that. Because again, you want to be honest to yourself, but honest to the relationship. So
Right.
it's an interesting concept, but I think again, it'd be, if you try to remove those words from your vocabulary, as he taught me, if you try to remove those things from your vocabulary, you'd be surprised at how more effective the conversations go. So that was our conversation about never and always. Try to avoid those words. Unless, again, I would say you're doing it in a positive.
I was gonna say, I think of a better. Stay away from being. My thought is stay away from being overly dramatic. Like, I find that those words tend to be words that people use because they're strong and they're dramatic. It's kind of like using hate, or people hate Brussels sprouts, and it's like, you literally hate Brussels sprouts. Like,
I love Brussels sprouts.
Stupid. It's
My favorite breakfast meal is eggs, Brussels sprouts, a little bit of bacon, and garlic, and some
cumin.
sort and cumin and cumin.
Yeah.
Love.
But it's yeah. No, I understand the concept.
You say you hate Oprah.
Yeah, but I genuinely hate her.
I know, but hate is like you'd want to hurt them. You'd want to hurt Oprah?
I'm just saying, stay away from hyperbole. It's
hyperbole
causes problems.
What was the other thing you hated tonight? Alliteration.
I do, yeah. I hate alliteration as well. Yep.
I don't know why. There's a lot of things that sound good when you're saying, like, crazy cat. Like, it just goes.
It does not.
It does. Or, like, we did a lot with names. Like, when we were trying to do, like, Chloe Conley. You were, like, not having it. I was lucky that I got a Casey.
You are lucky, because I don't know why that one didn't strike a chord with me like some of the other ones, but...
I like alliteration. You know what I don't like, though? Irregardless. I don't like that. All right, I think we're done.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta be funnier, because we're not really funny.
You gotta stop doing these at 11:30 at night.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a good night.
Love you.
No.